Today, I will demonstrate how to replace the optical drive and laser unit on a PS4 Slim. Start by removing the screws on both the top and bottom side of the console. Remove the hard drive latch. Then slide out the hard drive. At the corner of the bracket, use a pry tool to lift it up, and then it should pop away. Once the side is lifted, push the bracket towards the opposite direction to fully detach the bottom shell. Next, we need to remove all of the screws. This model has many screws in 2 different sizes. It's recommended to label or remember each screw's original position. After removing all the screws, lift off the top shell. With a couple of pops, it should pop right off. Once the top cover is off, remove the screws securing the components inside. Remove the securing metal plate. Flip the console to the back side. There's 2 hidden screws where the hard drive was. Disconnect the signal cable. Remove the main board securing bracket. Disconnect the power button ribbon cable. Disconnect the motor drive cable. Disconnect the optical drive communication cable. Disconnect the disk loading/unloading mechanism cable, disconnect the motherboard power cable, and finally, disconnect the cooling fan. Remove the copper heatsink on the back of the SoC. SoC stands for System on a Chip. Now we need to use a pry tool to gently lift the power supply from its socket. There's 2 long legs. The 2 long legs tend to hold it firmly, but with some patience, you'll be able to pop out the motherboard with the cooling bracket. Also be sure to disconnect the signal ribbon cable located here. Remove the screws securing the power button, and also remove the screws securing the fan and optical drive bracket. Remove the entire power button ribbon cable Now take out the optical drive completely. If you're replacing the entire drive, simply install the new one. So let's continue and replace the laser unit of the optical drive. Remove the screws from the top of the optical drive. Peel off the 2 tape strips securing the communication cables. There's also a piece of tape securing the motor drive cable. Remove it as well. Then take off the top cover of the drive. Now remove the laser module. Detach the communication ribbon cable. Install the new laser unit. First, reconnect the motor drive cable and reconnect the communication cable. Make sure all cables are fully and evenly connected. Misalignment may cause disk reading or recognition failures. Do not touch the laser lens or let any foreign object come in contact with it. That would cause reading errors. Now place the new laser unit back into the drive housing. Reinstall the top cover by feeding the cables into their guides. Next, tighten the screws. And reapply the cable tapes in their original positions. Now put it back inside the unit and reinstall the power button, aligning the flex and sticking it back into place. Now we can screw it into place and then secure the optical drive bracket with its corresponding screws. Reconnect the antenna to the motherboard with its coax cable. Its coax cable simply clicks in. Then we can flip over the board and align it with the frame to ensure that none of the cables are pinched. Then gently press the motherboard down to ensure both power connectors are fully seated. Let's reconnect the motherboard power cable. If the ribbon cable is not flat or aligned properly, the system may not power on. Reconnect the disk loading/unloading cable. Improper alignment may prevent disks from entering or ejecting correctly. Reconnect the optical drive communication cable. Improper connection can cause disk reading errors. Reconnect the laser module motor cable. Say that 5 times fast. Misalignment will lead to unrecognized disks. And finally, reconnect the power button and cooling cables. If not connected properly, and for obvious reasons, the fan won't cool and the power button won't work. Reinstall the copper heatsink to the back of the SoC. If available, apply new thermal paste for better heat dissipation. Secure the rear motherboard bracket and tighten all the corresponding screws. Reconnect the signal cable. You can use tape to secure the antenna if needed. Reattach the rear metal bracket. Screw it back in. Reinstall the top and bottom shells. And reinstall the hard drive. Reattach the external latch. And finally, reinstall the outer case screws. Now we can power on the console and insert a disk to test. If a disk appears in the top right corner, the optical drive is functioning properly. In some cases, if you're using an older disk with a newer drive system, an update prompt may appear. Just update to resolve it, and this repair is complete. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.